Nammalwar and Madhurakavi Alwar. In earlier episodes, I have presented 3 chapters from my book titled Alwars, the Vaishnava Saints. This is the 4th chapter of the book dealing with Nammalwar and Madhurakavi Alwar. Chapter 4, Nammalwar and Madhurakavi Alwar. Nammalwar was born in a small town called Kuruhur in Tirunelveli of Tamil Nadu. His father was a small prince who paid tribute to the Pandyan king of Madurai. As a child, Nammalwar was extraordinary because he was totally different from human nature. For several days, the child lived with eyes closed, in perfect health, without food, neither breastfed milk nor any other. For days together, the child never spoke. His parents named him as Maran. He was also called Sadagopan as, unlike other children, he did not allow earthly ignorance to envelop him. Deeply distressed at the state of the child, the parents placed the child at the shrine of Adinadar, the deity of Kuruhur, surrendering to the Almighty God the entire burden of upbringing the child. One day, the child got up and entered into a hole in a tamarind tree, sat in the lotus position, and began to meditate. He was in this state for as long as 16 years. During that period, an elderly Brahmin scholar named Madhurakavi was on his pilgrimage to North Indian shrines. At Ayodhya, the pilgrim saw an extraordinary sweet glowing light as a star on the southern sky. The strange light appeared to him to be traveling towards the south. Doubtful at first what significance this phenomena might have for him, its repetition during 3 consecutive nights convinced him that it was a divine summons, and where this luminous sign led, he must follow. Night after night, he journeyed southwards till the guiding light came to Kuruhur and there disappeared. He noted that the light merged with the person in Maran, seated blissfully under the tamarind tree. Learning of Maran's spiritual greatness, he thought that it was to him that the light had been leading him. Madhurakavi asked the child many questions, but there was no reaction from the child. At last, he asked him a riddle. The riddle was like this: if the small one is born inside the dead one, what will it eat and where will it stay? Meaning, if the subtle soul, that is the Jivatma, is embodied in the gross body, which is attached to earthly living, what will it feed on and where will it live? Maran, who was later on called as Nammalwar, broke his lifelong silence and responded, "It will eat that and lie there." Meaning that the soul will eat the alternating fruits of good and bad deeds done through the body and enjoy its existence in the earthly living. In other words, if the soul identifies with the body it will be the body, but if it serves the divine, it will stay in Vaikunta and think of God. Madhurakavi then realized the divinity of this child. With great difficulty, Madhurakavi succeeded in drawing out Nammalwar from his deep samadhi. He learned from Nammalwar the secrets of all the scriptures by becoming his disciple. Thenceforward, he remained at his lotus feet, recording the divine poem, swelling out the heart of Nammalwar in great ecstasy of Lord Vishnu. Nammalwar contributed 4 works to the Naalaayira Divya Prabhandam. These works consisted of 1296 poems, making him the most prolific contributor to the 4000 hymns written by the Alwar poet saints. These works are Thiruvaimozhi, consisting of 1102 verses, Thiruviruttam, consisting of 100 verses, Thiru Asiriyam, consisting of 7 verses, Periya Thiruvandadi, consisting of 87 verses. Thiruviruttam has the essence of the Rigveda. It is a poem of 100 stanzas, each a quadrate. Viruttam literally means an event. The event of falling in love with the Supreme Being is narrated poetically here. Thiru Asiriyam constitutes the essence of Yajurveda. It is a poem in 7 sections or 7 poems of unequal length. In all, it has 71 lines. Periya Thiruvandadi has the essence of Atharvana Veda. It is a poem of 87 lyrical verses. Thiruvaimozhi is the magnum opus of Nammalwar. It consists of 1102 four-lined pasurams. These appear in groups of 11. One group, which is an exception, has 13 pasurams. Each group is known as a Thiruvaimozhi. 10 such groups are called a Pattu. Thiruvaimozhi, therefore, has 10 Pattus, that is, 100 Thiruvaimozhis and 1102 pasurams. The melody which is produced by the chorus singing of these pasurams is to be heard and enjoyed. Nammalwar has achieved so great a reputation that the Vaishnavas account him an incarnation of Vishnu himself. Let us see a bit of his Thiruvaimozhi. Ulagam Punda Peruvaya Ulapil Kirti Ammane Ulagam Punda Peruvaya Ulapil Kirti Ammane Niravum Sudarshod Polimoti Nediyayadiyen Aharujire Tiladam Ulage Kai Nindra Tiruvengadatham Perumane Tiladam Ulage Kai Nindra Tiruvengadatham Perumane Kuratulladiyen Unpadam Kuratulladiyen Unpadam Kurumaru Kuraye Kuratulladiyen Unpadam Kurumaru Kuraye Ulagam Munda Peruvaya Ulapil Kirti Ammane Niravum Sudarshod Polimurti Nediyayadiyen Aharujire. The meaning of this is like this. During the end of the cosmic cycle, you ate the entire universe and protected the same by retaining it in your stomach. Such a large-mouthed Lord, the unbounded powerful Lord, the embodiment of fame, the complete form of Suddha Sattva Lord, you are with the most shining, illustrious, divine body. Tall Lord, my dearest life of my soul, O Lord Srinivasa, who is standing at Tirumala, I hail from a family that has been performing service at your feet. You should bless me and let me join your lotus feet. Nammalwar permitted his disciple to live with him, and it was Madhurakavi Alwar who wrote down his songs as they were composed. Madhurakavi Alwar was born before Nammalwar in a Brahmin family in a place called Tirukkolur near Alwar Tirunagari in Tamil Nadu. Madhurakavi Alwar learnt the Vedas and was well versed in both Tamil and Sanskrit. He used to compose poems in praise of Lord Vishnu. At one stage in his life, he decided to abandon all the chains of earthly living and strive towards liberation. In this pursuit, he undertook a pilgrimage to the northern areas of India like Ayodhya, Mathura, etc. It was at that time that he was drawn towards the light that brought him to Nammalwar. He has composed 11 verses of the Naalaayira Divya Prabhandam. These 11 verses are known as Kanninun Siruthambu. Though it is only small in quantity, it is considered to be the key which opened the treasure to the 4,000 verses of the Naalaayira Divya Prabhandam. The 11 verses of Kanninun Siruthambu are in 4 lines in praise of his divine teacher Nammalwar. Though it is a very small work with only 11 pasurams, the depth of meaning in it is extraordinary. That is why it is placed equal to the other pasurams and valued even more. The verses begin with the name of the Great One. My Acharya of Kuruhur brings nectar to my tongue and far sweeter than the name of the Lord. கண்ணினுன் சிறுத்தாம்பினால் கட்டுண்ண பண்ணிய பெருமாயன் என்னப்பனில் நன்னித்தின் குருகோர் நம்பியன்றக்கால் அன்னிக்கும் அமுதூரும் என் நாவுக்கே. The meaning is, the Lord wonderfully submitted himself to tie by means of the tiny, knotted, but short and hurtful string. He may be my master, but leave him alone. Come, recite the holy names of Nambi of the southern Tirukkuruhur. The very utterance of his name tastes like the nectar to the tongue that utters them. For other talks on various topics, hymns, etc., please go through the playlist. I have also published an audio book on the subject. The link for the book, titled Alwars, the Vaishnava Saints, and the audio book are given in the description part of this video.